moment for the brave. The moment for the brave here in the room. I'd like to welcome Kamila Zaratnikova to the stage, who is part of the YES community and serves as CEO of Lakmus AI. With a background in behavioral science, psychology, and anthropology, Kamila has done corporate research for giants like Nestlé, Ogilvy, and the Nature Conservancy. She won her first national award for research at age 17.
Exactly.
You should tell something about that. Huh? I have kids of this age.
I should find life.
I hand it over to you, Kamila, and you will run now one of the most exciting moments of Congress.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you. And big applause also to Jack. Thank you. Perfect. Hello, everyone. So my name is Kamila, and 2 years ago, when I was 24, I founded my company, Lakmus. At that time, I didn't really set out to reimagine research. I just noticed that some things just do not make sense. I got frustrated, and I found the energy to do something new, try out new things, and experiment with what we have on the combination of technology and market research. So in one of my first projects with, for example, Nestlé or the Nature Conservancy, I noticed how hard it was to convince stakeholders in those companies to find extra budget for asking consumers what to think. Recruitment took time, bots crept into the answers, and slowly after that, I teamed up with my co-founder. We raised our first investments, and we hired 20 to 30 AI engineers that helped us create our first synthetic panel. Today, our AI panel answers more than 20 million questions every week across industries, across countries, for agencies and companies like the Volkswagen Group. Today, we also are big advocates for transparency in AI, so this is why we are so enthusiastic to welcome also the new guidelines that at least we hope will increase also the opportunities there for AI to incorporate it into market research where it makes sense. Because AI is not only ChatGPT, AI is not only chatbots. The AI that got you hooked up on binge-watching Netflix over and over is definitely not chatbots. The AI that helps the doctors identify tumors in their patients is definitely not a chatbot. And so we want to open up the space for cooperation to incorporate AI new technologies, but with trust, with transparency, and only where it makes sense. As I mentioned, I didn't really set out to reimagine how research is being done. But I did something. What we will have here today are 6 other young people who found an opportunity and decided to do something with it. And I feel like this is so exciting to be here today because what we have as young researchers is speed, it is obsession, and definitely just enough naivety to think that we can actually fix things. Please do not take this away from us just yet. Instead, what we need from you is structural support. So what we need is mentorship, guidance, feedback, context, insight into the field that you seasoned professionals already know by heart. And what other way to introduce what young people are capable of than pitches, 1-minute pitches, because there's definitely enough time to present what we have been up to in the past weeks and months. I'm also very grateful to have this stage time for young projects, because I feel like this is not really common. And for organizations that large with such heritage, I feel like this is so precious to be in the role of gatekeepers who open up the doors and open the world of possibilities and opportunities. And I'm so grateful that we have here people that are here to guide us, not to guard. Onto the pitches. So you will hear 1-minute pitch from each of our 6 exceptional researchers. After hearing all 6 pitches, you will vote in your app. So if you have not downloaded the app, please do so now to show support to young professionals in your industry. The winner then will be announced tomorrow evening at the award ceremony. Perfect. On to the pitches. Joris, if I can ask you, the floor is yours with the first project. Joris from Skim.
Perhaps you've had fun with AI image generators like Midjourney or DALL-E, but have you ever tried to create a product tailored to you? Personally, I love fantasy card games. So if I saw a soda can with dragons and wizards on it, that would be going into my basket. And this made me think, how can we combine the power of AI and the creativity of the crowd in the innovation cycle? So I surveyed 1,000 consumers and asked them to create a prompt for their favorite soda can. Then, on the fly, AI generated images, and the consumers got a chance to tweak their prompt if they wanted to. Of course, it's not realistic to have an infinite amount of cans for everyone. So within the same survey, I had them go through a trade-off exercise, where we saw not only which cans were performing the best, but also the individual elements that made consumers click on the cans. Vote for me and I can tell you more on Wednesday and show you how the process is done.
Excellent pitch. Thank you, Joris. So what do you think is the fantasy in market research when it comes to AI?
I think the fantasy is that in the end you can ask AI absolutely anything. So you just tell it, oh, you're someone from this country, you have these interests, you're a buyer of this product, and it just answers the question for 1,000 people for you without having to interview anyone.
Excellent. Ask anything, AI will answer. That's the dream. Perfect. Thank you, Joris. Big applause. And up next, we have Juste from Real Chemistry. Ready? Perfect.
Hi, I'm Juste, and I'm going to tell you how I overcame one of the biggest shifts in digital research today. The way we communicate has changed. Videos now make up 82% of our web traffic and drive 12 times more engagement than any other formats. But social listening only listens to text. And we don't just text anymore. We speak, we perform, we react. We're flooded with rich visual content, and there's no automated way to truly reach it. So, with my team, I filled this gap and built a new tool called Panoramic Listening, which is an AI-powered way of looking at the full social landscape. Panoramic listening lets us pull out mood, style, sentiment, and even color and design. And it does this for hundreds of posts at a time, fast and consistently. For example, I used it to analyze over 600 videos in 5 languages to help my client create high-impact content for rare disease patients. Vote for me, and I'll tell you more of what your current tools are missing.
Perfect pitch, Juste. So I'm curious, how is panoramic listening different to social listening in essence?
Well, social listening stops at text, but panoramic listening goes beyond that. It looks at videos, images, memes, and podcasts. So it's not only capturing what people think and feel, but also how they express themselves in real time. And for our clients, that means richer insights, smarter planning, and content that really resonates with their audiences.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So not only text, but also how people express themselves. That's precious.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Huge applause. And let me invite the next contestant on stage, Maike from Skim. Maike, the floor is yours.
We've all been there. You buy a blender once and suddenly every corner of the internet thinks you're opening a smoothie bar. Welcome to the age of hyper-personalization. Today's consumers expect tailored experiences. Personalization is no longer a bonus, it's a baseline. But here's the catch. With personalization comes the creep factor. Get it right and you will trust, loyalty, connection, cross the line and risk damaging your brand and driving people away. But where is the line? And what's the roadmap to success? That's exactly what my research set out to uncover. I tested how people react to marketing messages with different levels and types of personalization. Some messages drew people in, others crossed into creepy. The results reveal a powerful roadmap for brands looking to personalize without creeping customers out. If you don't want to cross the line, you need to hear what I uncovered. Vote for me and find out.
Cross or not to cross. Maaike, what brought you to the topic in the first place?
Oh, that's actually a funny story. So my friend and I, we share a Spotify account, and she unfortunately broke up with her boyfriend. But she didn't get to tell me yet. However, I opened Spotify and suddenly I saw this playlist recommended to me called Sad Heartbreak Songs Mix. So at that point, afterwards, I realized at this point Spotify knows my friend better than I. That's kind of creepy. So yeah, with today's tech letting us track and analyze, personalize down to the tiniest details, I think it's clear that there's friction between the desire for personalization and the drawbacks from getting it wrong or overdoing it.
Yeah, everyone check in with your friends. You do not want Spotify to tell you the big things. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next up is Lily from Sprout Strategy.
Thank you. Okay, more than half the world is under 30. That's not a niche. That's today's majority, shaping culture, consumption, and the future of our category. And yet, we keep hearing the same lazy stereotypes, headlines, shallow, entitled, distracted. But these stereotypes don't just misinterpret reality. They risk leading our brand, our research, and our insights down the wrong category. So that's why we created Planet 30, research into under 30s, by under 30s, if you want to see it. But we didn't guess, we listened. Through surveys, through diaries, and through new research techniques built for this age group. But here's the twist. We uncovered that under 30s aren't one big homogenous group. They're split into 4 distinct value spheres, 4 areas that break up their mindset, their ways that they connect, and how to research them. So if we, as researchers, don't get to know this age group, we risk leading our brands and everything that's rewriting the rules. So if you would like to get to know this age group and get to know the 4 value spheres, join me on Wednesday. Thank you all so much.
Okay. Thank you, Lily. Thank you. So have you already seen an impact with the brands that you are working with?
Yes, so we've actually worked with some huge brands and very big heritage brands, and they thought that maybe they would have to create a sub-brand to connect with this age group, but we've seen that once you get to know these 4 value spheres and understand how your brand or how your research could connect with them, then you actually don't need to recreate a sub-brand or rebrand. It's just learning how to communicate and how to talk to them.
Perfect. Thank you, Lily. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Lily. And let me invite to the stage Kalipa from Bulbshare. Perfect. Excellent.
Good morning, everybody. Molweni is how I say that in South Africa. All right, so let's talk about surveys. When was the last time you actually enjoyed filling out a survey? Exactly. Neither has anybody under 30, and I am that 30-year-old source. Listen, traditional research is boring and outdated, let's be real, and younger audiences will swipe left on your surveys quicker than you can say qualitative. In today's attention economy, research has to feel creative and engaging, just like the content young audiences are already consuming. So that's how you're going to turn them into active participants, not just passive respondents. So I created Future Voices. This is essentially a space where I make research feel like a conversation, not a chore. I've been able to talk to awesome industry leaders from Kellanova and Airbnb to discuss the future of research. I've also managed to therefore grow our podcast from 2,000 followers to 10,000 views in just 2 months. And the incredible thing is that one of our clients, a leading toy brand, actually enlisted us to create a teen community podcast to help them understand the future of play. So what am I saying? The future is here, and if you're ready to say hello to it, one survey you will enjoy completing is voting for Future Voices. Thank you.
Thank you, Kalipa. One question. Your project blends creative side with the research side. How do you manage to bring the two worlds together?
Yeah, I believe that it doesn't have to be a case of left brain versus right brain, creativity versus research. The two really can actually come together. And so as pioneering and looking into new frontiers of research delivery through storytelling mediums like our podcast is exactly the bridge that we want to bring together, right? This is what we call co-creation here at Bulbshare. It's not about separating the two silos, it's really about bringing it together, because fundamentally, no matter the industry, no matter where you work, the one thing that comes together as humans is storytelling.
Perfect. Co-creation, I think, is also a huge concept here at the Congress, so let's hope to see more of it during the next 2 days. Thank you, Kalipa. Big round of applause. And our sixth contestant could not, unfortunately, join us in person, although he's doing the best he can to join us on Wednesday. Instead, he sent us an online presentation. Let's hear it for Mohammed.
Behind every play in a repair shop is someone's life, plans, and trust. But service centers see only the machine. And when expectations are broken, trust is lost. What if we could listen to those expectations before a single word is spoken? Our AI learns from millions of real customer stories. It predicts what truly matters most to each person, whether it's about time, cost, or technical expertise. And it helps the workshop shape the experience around that individual's heartbeat. With our platform, workshops understand each customer's sensitivities before they arrive and personalize the experience. It's not just efficiency, it's dignity restored, trust rebuilt. And it's only the beginning. We are making a future where satisfaction isn't measured, it's predicted and lived. We are not just fixing cars, we are making human experiences.
One last slot, we booked it. Excellent. Thank you, Mohammed. Excellent presentation as well. Now, dear audience, the final word is yours. The fate of these 6 young professionals lies in your hand. So, take your phones, open the Congress app, and on the social wall, so on the home screen, you will find an opportunity to vote for any of these 6 pictures that resonated with you the most. I will now give you 10 seconds to cast your vote and show the support. Social wall. Okay, let's see. I open the app. There is a home screen, and if we swipe, it should be here. So if it is not here, there is probably a technical issue. And the voting.
It will be uploaded at 10. Okay?
Okay, it will open at 10, so please clock your timers at 10 sharp. And the voting polls will be open until 5 p.m. today. After 5 p.m., if you are also in the Yes membership, you are also very invited to our Yes barbecue. So anyone under 30 or 31, if we close one eye, is very welcome to celebrate the successful pitches of these 6 brave contestants tonight in quite an informal setting. Perfect. Thank you.